Pied Piper par excellence among spinners and off spinners. This wizard was a match winner in a very, very strong bowling lineup. Let me welcome Saqlain Mushtaq to Spin Talks. Saki bhai, namaskar. Welcome to Spin Talks.
Namaskar, Kartik.
How's
How are
things?
you?
How's very good, God grace. How's things? You're in England, you're in Pakistan. Which part of the world are you in?
I'm back in Pakistan, actually, in Lahore. It's quite hot here.
That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. Look, I spoke to you about what Spin Talks is all about, and it's just a great way of picking the brains of some of the most fascinating spinners to have graced the game. So I'm going to do that with you as well. And I'm going to start off with your early years. Why did you become a spinner? How did it happen for you?
Kartik, to be honest, when I was young, I wasn't strong and tall guy.
Okay.
I used to actually bowl medium pace, in street when you play with your childhood friends in the streets. I used to play cricket with the tape tennis ball, and I used to bowl fast. I wasn't quick, and when I joined the club, like proper cricket, when I joined the proper club, I went with my brothers. They used to play cricket as well. They played actually professional cricket. Somehow or the other, when I joined the club, I used to bowl fast because I was small, skinny. I wasn't strong. And then I realized that there are so many fast bowlers in the club. And then I realized that, I think I won't be able to bowl fast. But with the tape tennis ball, I always used to bowl fast because this is the only way if you want to play cricket in, like street boys, this is the only way you enjoy your cricket. Spin bowling in tape tennis, they will, they'll hammer you. Anyway, when I joined the club, then I realized that I'm not tall, I'm not strong, I need to bowl spin. I started leg spin as well because my elder brother used to play cricket and he used to bowl leg spin. Another brother used to bowl off spin, but he was mainly opening batsman as well. I had a chat with both of them, and leg spin, I felt a bit of, I felt that, this is not my piece of cake. It's a bit difficult as well. Lot of skills required, and it was quite difficult for me in a way, controlling the line and length. Whenever I used to bowl off spin, I had a great control on line and length. Then I got the opportunity to play in club cricket as a off spinner, and then I thought, I think this is me. I need to bowl off spin. That's it. I started the off spin in the club, but I used to play on the roof as well. So roof, street, and club cricket. On the roof, we used to play, especially in the summer when it's really, really hot, and all the street friends, we used to play on the roof, and we used to play test cricket. And obviously on the roof, it's not a, we had very small roofs on the in the inside city of Lahore, and you only play with the table tennis ball. And over there, you need to do magics with the table tennis ball. So that really helps me to spin the ball in a different way. So that helps me help in my off spin as well. So table tennis ball, and we used to bowl spin. Tape tennis ball, we used to bowl fast, and then cricket ball off spin. So this is the way, I came into spin world, or spin, I decided to become an off spinner.
How old were you then?
When I started cricket, I was, I think, probably 7-8 years old when we started playing on the roof. And then obviously you play in the street as well. But when I started proper club cricket with the cricket ball, I think probably I was 12 and a half, 13. And I used to play a bit of cricket in school as well. I wasn't serious early on. But when I got picked for under 14, that really, boosted my confidence, and that really sparks me inside that, when I got the new tracksuit and everything, and the label was, Lahore under 14 and stuff, and then got selected into district and zonal. Then I decided that, I can go somewhere, I saw the path of mine, that this is the pathway. If I follow that, I'll end up playing. So then I got serious, I think, after playing in the 14.
Apart from your brothers, did you have any other cricketing influences which inspired you to take up the game?
The big Abdul Qadir, the Sir Abdul Qadir, he was very close to my area. Where I was born, he was next to my area, and he was walking distance from me. And when he used to play cricket, obviously he was the big magician and the wizard, and people used to call him Bauji, or the Bauji, googly master. In Punjabi, everybody used to talk about Bauji. He's magician or jadugar hai Bauji. And then I used to go with my brothers and my friends on a bicycle to see Bauji. He's practicing in his club. 10-15 minute ki drive on bicycle ride. So I used to go there and used to watch Bauji. And Bauji ka jo style tha, aise karke ghumte aate the, ye kehte the. His style actually, inspired me a lot. And then, I started thinking that, okay, Bauji is a leg spinner, I'm off spinner. And then I went to my mother and I said, Ammi Jaan, Bauji, Qadir Saab is, the whole world call him magician. And his googly is fantastic. When he does wrong and nobody picks him, and his leggy and googly and his style, he's versatile, and I said to my mother, I said, he's a magician and I really like him. And I said to my mother, I said, but I'm completely different bowler than him. My mother never knew about cricket, and she was hugging me. And then she said to me, Puttar, tu dua karya kar, teri bowling ch bhi tanu koi special cheez mil jaye. And then she said to me, you must make dua, prayer to God, that God give me something special. And she said that in 24 hours, if you ask to God from your heart, and then, you never know, your prayer will be accepted by God like this, and you will get something special. Then I used to pray dua, or Sone Rabba, mujhe koi special cheez de, jo duniya ch kise ko na ho. And to be honest, Kartik, it's not that I'm making the story, it's true. And I always say to the youngsters, you have to be spiritual as well. And then I used to make dua. I used to bow my head on my bed in a night time, and I used to make dua. Sonia Rabba, give me something special which no one has in this world. And then, next morning, obviously, before going to school, in the summer we used to sleep on the roof. So I used to have the table tennis ball in my pocket, and then I used to play next to the wall with that ping pong ball, the table tennis ball. And hours after school, before school, I used to play next to the wall by myself. And one day I realized that in the age of 13, I knew this is leggy and that is wrong. I knew that this is off spin and arm ball. I used to undercut, I used to throw the ball like that. I knew in the age of 13, but I used to experiment in a different way. I used to say to myself, I have 4 fingers and a palm and a hand and wrist. I want to use everything because God gave me all these things. This is for the reason. So I used to change the grip, and different grips. I used to do the experiment with the different grips next to the wall with the table tennis ball. And then obviously in the street, I used to play table tennis ball and used to bowl fast. And then in the club, I used to bowl just off spin. And that table tennis ball showed me, to spin the ball the other way. Then I tried with the tape tennis ball, and then tape tennis ball to cricket ball. And when I found the ball is turning the other way, and when I found the different grip, I went down, I was on the roof. I came down, I hugged my mother, and I said to my mother, Mother, I think Sona Rab gave me something different. And I never saw that someone can do this. And this is magical. This is different. This is not googly. This is something else. And she said to me, keep practicing on that and be patient. And I still remember those words. And when I was looking eye to eye to my mother. And yeah, whenever I do coaching, I always say to the youngsters, you have to be spiritual as well. You need to, think out of the box. You need to ask to Almighty, the Supreme Power, that give me something special, and never shy to try. Try everything, and you will get something special.
Yeah, very, very fascinating, because I've always known you to be a very deeply spiritual and a religious person, and it's great to hear that, because that's exactly what it is. You mentioned that the ping pong ball and then the tennis ball, two very tough balls to grip and bowl spin. So did your early grip or your off spin grip shape up because of these? And can you show it to us if you have a ball with you? Can you show it to us how it came about?
Kartik, here's a ball. Yeah. Normally,
Yep.
all the spinners, they ball with the two fingers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, two fingers like that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to bowl like that as well. But obviously, as I mentioned earlier, that I used to try different grips. And I used to try the different grips to find out what exactly I get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly I'm getting from different grips. So I used to bowl this one as well in a different circumstances. Or if there is a pitch which is, wet, where the sticky pitches, I used to bowl like that. Or fourth or fifth day of the test match, I used to bowl like that.
Hmm.
That was actually my normal grip for my off swing.
Okay.
So these two fingers, a little bit gap here and a little hook here as well. I believe if you have a little hook, if you're bending your finger, this one, a little like that, this is the way you will spin the ball with the finger. This is, okay. I believe that, this is my grip. If your finger is straight, this finger is straight, then you are just rolling the finger on the ball. If there is a little hook, you are spinning the ball with the finger. So with that ring finger, I used to bend that ring finger as well. So off spin, these two fingers, index finger and the middle finger to spin the ball. This is the way. And if I want to bowl doosra, what I need to do, just here, lock the wrist. Now these two fingers, two fingers, that is on top. So when I used to do this, the ball used to turn the other way with these two fingers. And this is off you. So
it's a tough one. It's a tough one, Saqlain, because you look at the pace at which your doosra used to go. I think that is what is key, to get that kind of energy by removing your middle finger. And then how did you manage that? How did you get that?
I don't move the finger. Finger stays up there. Yeah. Actually, these two fingers are supporting the ball, but the main finger is spinning finger. And this one is just, pressing it. But the main finger is this one, the index finger. This finger is just holding the ball. But when I do doosra, I hold the ball a little tight with this finger and the index finger. And that supports as well on the ball.
Okay.
And then like that.
Okay.
So, when I show you, then I have to lift the finger and then do like that. But I don't actually lift this finger. I just keep the finger like that and I go like that. So, yeah. So you don't need to go.
Did your wrist ever move outside? No.
You need to, this finger and this side of your hand, it should stay straight. If you are going like that, then you will have a bit of kink in your arm. Still you can do if your shoulder is very flexible and shoulder is going up and over, something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. But if you are bending it, going there and finishing like that, again, you are into your action will be legal. If you are having, extension afterwards, then you will be in trouble. So what I used to do, I used to hold like that rather than going there. I never used to do like that. I was just here. Like that.
It's a very tough
and
one.
The ball
it's a very tough one. That's why you were so good, because it's such a tough one.
My pace wasn't that quick. My pace wasn't that quick for doosra. My doosra was slower than the others. Those afterwards, those started doing doosra, their pace was faster than mine. But what I did, when I realized that when I bowl doosra, my pace is a little slower. And the batsmen, they can come out of the crease and they try and manage to play on the offside or just over mid-off rather than going on the leg side or mid-on or leg side. What I did then I, rather than bowling from, like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, I went a little lower. So what I did, I took the trajectory a bit more lower. And lower trajectory actually used to give the indication to the batsman that the ball is coming a bit quicker. But the pace was same, but it was a little lower trajectory.
Interesting, very interesting. And also, I remember that you also started developing something called the Teesra and the Chautha. What was that?
No, the Chautha wasn't there. It was Teesra.
Okay.
Yeah, not the Chautha. It was Teesra, and that was actually a back spinner.
Okay.
A back spinner. Same grip. When you bowl offie, you bowl this side.
Yeah.
But for the Teesra, your palm goes the other way, this side.
Okay.
And then arm is moving forward, fingers are going backward.
Backward.
So I'm spinning the ball backward, like that. So arm is going forward, the fingers are going backward.
Right.
And with that, if you shine the ball, suppose, like in English condition, if you are shining this side, for me, Kookaburra and Dukes, they both are different. Yeah. When I used to play county cricket, I started that Teesra as well. And in ICL, before IPL it was ICL, I played that ICL and I did Teesra over there. And I got a lot of success on that. And just recently, a couple of years back, I played in America against Sachin in Cricket All-Star. And over there, I got 2 wickets, Mahela and Sachin on Teesra. So if the shine is this side, and if you can maintain the shape of the ball, if the ball is coming out of your hand and is spinning backward, and the shine is here, it will swing or drift away.
Okay.
If the shine is inside and you are pushing slightly inside, it will swing inside. But it's back spinning.
That's like reverse swing. It's like reverse swing.
You can say, yeah, you can say that. You can say that. But the ball is back spinning. It will go quicker in the air, lower trajectory. As soon the ball will land, it will skid and it will stay low. It won't go like normal bounce because it's a lower trajectory, backspin. It will skid off the pitch. And then
that's interesting. It's very much like a seamer, isn't it? Then
yeah,
like
you can
the
say
seamers
that.
also push their
Yeah, and I think if you see, it's like a flipper as well. It's like a flipper. If Shane Warne, what he does, he just spin the ball like that. Yeah. He does flipper like that. So it's kind of a flipper, you can say, but off spinner is doing flipper. But obviously you can see what's happening. These eyes are the very precious eyes. You can see everything. The people says, oh, he can't see the ball. No, he's lying. He doesn't know how to watch the ball. You can see each and every delivery. You can see the trajectory, the swing. You can see what's going on as soon as the ball comes out of the hand. You can see. But obviously, this game is all about making the batsman to do the mistakes. So as soon as he does the mistake, you are in the game. So Teesra is like a backspin, you can say, or flipper, like leg spinner. When I was playing in India, actually all the commentators, they gave the name Jalebi. I mean, if you go back and watch few ICL games, the commentators, they were saying, oh, it's a jalebi ball. I don't know what is that. Jalebi, it's a sweet kind of sweet, mithai ki, gol hi hota hai. It's like a mithai ki dukaan mein, we get some sweets called jalebi.
Yeah, it's again fascinating because look, for you, your doosra was something which, as I said, it set a trend for many people to follow, and I'll get to it. Your early years, you mentioned, apart from your brothers, was there any coach for you, Saqlain, who helped you? Somebody, because it seems as if, or am I safe to say, that you were self-taught. Whatever you learned with your ping pong ball, with your tennis ball, and then just figuring out things on your own. You possibly didn't have a coach, or did you have a coach?
No, I haven't had any coach. I had captain in my club, and I give a lot of credit to my mother, one, and I'll give a lot of credit to my captain of the club. We used to call him Kaptanji. You know, anyone who used to run club. And still now in Pakistan, people, they run the club. They don't even play cricket, but people call him Kaptanji. So he's retired kind of a person, run the clubs and look after the players, you know, organize all the tournaments and the matches and stuff. And he's a retired person, and he's doing voluntary. And he actually spent his own pocket money, his own money on cricket. And they are fanatic and dead honest and full of integrity and the passionate about cricket. And they want to do something for cricket and cricketers. I remember when I started club cricket, that Kaptanji, Ahmad Hassan, he's passed away. You know, Allah Ta'ala give him, grant him highest level in Jannah. When I was little, you know, I started club cricket in the age of 13 and a half, something like that. When I was bowling, early on I used to bowl fast, and then I realized that no, I need to bowl off spin. When I used to bowl off spin, he used to watch me. After the whole day, you know, after the practice session, he used to call me and he used to, you know, just sit down on the ground because I was small, tiny, and he used to sit down in front of me and he used to ask, you know, he used to look at me in eye to eye and he used to say, "Aaj kitne out kiye tumne?" He used to ask this question every day. And I used to say, "Kaptanji, I took 12 wickets today." "Acha, kis ki?" Maine kaha, that guy. Okay, must buy a diary and write it down in your diary. Aaj, you got these many wickets today. You got this guy and this guy. He's a main player of the club. And then I bought a diary. Every day he used to ask me this question. And trust me, you know why I came into coaching? Because of those questions. They are still with me. So every day I used to wait for, you know, after the end of practice session, I used to wait that he's going to ask me this question. And I think probably for 2 or 3 years, just one question: kitne out kiye? Kitne out kiye? Kitne out kiye? And then, you know, the whole diary, it was full of wickets. And I still have got that diary somewhere in my old house. And one day I said to sir, I said, "Kaptanji, that diary is, you know, full now." He said to me, he said, "Must count those wickets." And I was counting those wickets next day. I was so, you know, attached to that Kaptanji, yeah, with him. Anyway, then he said to me, he said, "Buy another diary." Then I bought another diary. And then I was playing under 16 that time. And then he used to ask, then he started asking second question. Then he used to ask, "Kitne out kiye?" And doosra question, "Kaise out kiye?" Doosra question, then he started doosra question, "Kaise out kiye?" How did you get that person out? And then I used to explain to him, LBW. Acha, LBW, how? I said, the ball was turning, he was on the back foot, or maybe he was playing cross, something, you know. He was playing drive, and then piche wali tang pe laga. You know, I used to explain to him. And then, okay, how did you get him out? Then I used to say, he was coming out of the crease, stump out. Every day, every match, he used to ask 2 questions. Kitne out kiye? Kaise out kiye? And then the third question came when I was in under 19 team. Aur bhi out kar sakta tha tu? One day I remember I took 6 wickets for club. And then he asked me, he said that, aur bhi out kar sakta tha tu? Then I said, yeah. Us bande ko out kar sakta tha. He said, why? Why didn't you get him out? Then I thought, mere 5 ho gaye the. Maine kaha, you know, I think this is enough. He said, no. Jab socha out karne ka, if you're thinking to get him, you know, to get the wickets, never be content. Keep hungry, you know, keep yourself hungry. Try and get wickets and wickets and wickets. That's it. These three questions stays with me. And then, I think that actually made my mindset. I never played cricket to be a dot bowler or economical. Never, ever. I played club cricket. I was wicket taking bowler. And I think that helps my doosra as well. My mum, she said to me, must prayer. And then this side, he was keep asking question about wickets, 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 wickets. So that made my mind to get something different. So that's why I used to do different exercises or different drills or different experiments. So I think these two, they were very spiritual. They were very close to me, and they were very, very much attached to me. And I think, and I believe that they used to pray for me all the time. That's it. And then self-talk, you can say. But I'll give a lot of credit to my mother and to my Kaptanji, Ahmad Hassan sahib.
Beautiful, isn't it? When you hear it, you sometimes get a feeling that you don't actually need a specialized coach. Yes, you are yourself a coach now, but sometimes people who actually feel for you, and both these people, obviously your mom, as you rightly said, didn't know much about the game. She just felt for her son. And Kaptanji, Mr. Ahmad Hassan, he just wanted to motivate you with the love he had for you. It's just a fascinating story. Since we're on that topic, and I wanted to ask this later on, since Kaptanji used to ask you, "Kaise out kiye?" What was your favorite mode of dismissal when you played?
What was, sorry?
What was your favorite mode of dismissal? What did you take a lot of joy by dismissing a batsman? What gave you more joy? Stumped, caught behind? What was it? What was your favorite mode of dismissal then?
When I was young, off spinner ka ek, like Nazir Junior, he was one of the best off spinner has ever Pakistan produced, and he was very simple kind of a bowler, like orthodox off spinner. He had a great control on the shape of the ball and on line and length, and very simple action. And sir, the king, Viv Richard, he was king that time. And Nazir Jr. got him out quite a few times. And in the newspaper, the writer in that time wrote through the gate. He got Viv Richard out through the gate. And my Kaptanji read that one, through the gate. So he used to say to me, Saqlain, through the gate out करेगा तो फिर मजा आता है. इसका मतलब है तुझे गेंद पे डिप करना आ गया या ड्रिफ्ट करना आ गया, एयर में डिसीव करना आ गया, या you learn how to deceive the batsman in the air with the dip and drift, and then you are turning the ball and the batsman is playing drive to you and the ball is going from the bat and pad, there's a little gap and the ball is going through from there. So he's missing drive and you are hitting the stumps through the gate. तो वो जिस अंदाज में मुझे बताते थे ना पंजाबी में, when he used to say in Punjabi, the whole picture was front of me. So I was so much into that, यार through the gate out करना, और मैं वो imagination कर रहा होता था. And I think that imagination gave me so much, control on the focus, that every ball I used to imagine that I'm going to bowl like that. And then obviously because the other question he used to ask about, how did you get that person out? तो जो मैं bold का कहता था ना through the gate, तो वो कहते थे wonderful, wonderful. दूसरा ये होता था जब वो किसी की slip लग जाए या stump out हो जाए, तो मुझे अक्सर कहते थे, I think because I was young, so he actually made my imaginations, this is the way you need to get the batsman out. And then वो स्टंप आउट होना, तो वो निकल रहा है तो आपने गेंद को पुल कर लिया या गेंद को थोड़ा खींच लिया, हम उसको कहते हैं, या छोटा कर दिया, तो वो उसमें ये है कि आप बैट्समैन को देख रहे हो और एंड में आपने गेंद को छोटा कर दिया या स्ट्रेटर वन मारा, आर्म बॉल किया, तो वो उसमें स्टंप आउट और स्लिप का लगना, ये तीन गेंद ऐसे होते थे कि जिसमें आपकी एक्साइटमेंट जो है ना वो बहुत ही you are like over the moon. So obviously because I used to listen to my Kaptanji. And then I realized that, there are other ways to get the batsman out, but I think I used to get more excited to get the batsman out through the gate or slip, caught behind and going into the slip and then stump out.
Oh, beautiful. I think every spinner has a few unique ways of enjoying their own dismissal. You also mentioned about the grip for the various deliveries, Saqlain. But was there any way, did you hold the shiny portion inside or the shiny portion outside? What was your methodology?
Yeah, in Pakistan, like in England, the ball were obviously Pakistani cricket balls. They were different, and then I think we started when I started playing for Pakistan, we used to bowl with the kookaburra. But before, we used to have graze ball. Graze, yeah.
Graze ball. Oh, that
So the
was
graze
like a
ball,
stone.
yeah. So the graze ball shine outside, and I used to hold like that. Shine outside, the ball will drift, away. And if the ball is, if the shine is in, then I used to lock my wrist like that a little, and I used to go this way, and the ball used to drift inside. But when I went to England, I used to try the shine outside, and I used to do this. The ball never used to get drift. Then I had a shine other side, and then the ball used to go a little, drifting away, and then the ball obviously drifting away and turning in. So every ball was different. It's not that shine out, the ball will go out. It wasn't like that. My grip was different than the others. Few bowlers, the shine is out and the ball is going out. And obviously off spinner, they never used to rely the ball to bring the ball in. But I used to watch Murali. Murali never used to rely on the shine, he just used to spin the ball. But because he used to bowl outside stump, and he used to spin the ball, and he used to push the ball inside. The ball used to angling in a little. Then I realized that I need to bring the ball inside as well. So that's why then I used to lock my wrist and used to push the ball like that, on top like that. And the ball used to drift slightly inside as well. So every ball is different, every ball is different. Shine out, you can get drifting away, and then you can, drifting away and turning in.
What about the SG test in India? Was that different for that ball as well?
I think that was the same, like shine out, the ball is drifting away.
Yeah, because you've had great success. You've had great success in India, and it's interesting. Also, you mentioned Murali. You remember Murali and Bajji, and you played in an era where there were some fabulous bowlers in world cricket. Vaughan, Murali, yourself, Bajji, Anil, Daniel Vettori, all these people around. Both Bajji and Murali were open chested, so it was natural for them to get the ball to drift into a right hander, whereas you yourself or Swanee, you were side on. And for you, I can say possibly semi-side on, who could get the ball to go both ways. Drift is a key element for everyone. And did you believe that you needed a certain favorable wind condition for you to drift the ball, or it didn't matter?
Obviously, you as a bowler, what you do as soon you enter into the ground, you see which side is the wind. You have the checklist. Which side is the wind? Shorter boundary. You see all these things. Then you 100%. Go to the pitch. Then you see the pitch. Is that a green grass or dry brown grass? Then you tap the pitch. Is that soft? Is that hard?